And Mistura is going to tell her personal story.
Good afternoon, everyone. Do I need to introduce myself again? You guys have heard, I'm Mistura and I attend American Canadian High School. I'm a sophomore. It's been a while since I've spoken in front of people, the pandemic, so bear with me. My first actual public speaking event was at the Practice Space's second year anniversary. I gave a speech on how people view Nigerian families. Now that I think back at it, I kind of cringe. I don't know what prompted me to give the speech, but what I do remember is how confident I felt. And the thing with confidence is once you get a taste, you start to crave more. There's a certain kind of confidence that's unique to using your voice, and it'll forever be my favorite kind of confidence. And here's why. I moved to the United States 9 years ago, and despite the fact that I spoke fluent English, I still struggled because I spoke like this. Every word that left my mouth was laced with my mother's tongue. And this was enough for the kids at school to see me as an outsider. I avoided speaking at school just so I wouldn't have to deal with them using my accent to entertain themselves. This caused me to put myself in a box. With the help of Disney Channel and Cartoon Network, I was able to perfect my American accent. My culture is a huge part of my identity, so forcing myself to ditch my accent felt as if I was betraying that culture. And I'll be honest, I was. Because while I also tried to lose the accent, I wanted to completely rid myself of anything that made me stand out. After I got out of that box, I was fortunate enough to land in the hands of the Practice Space. And let me tell you, I have never seen a community that celebrates differences and diversity the way the Practice Space does. In the years that I've been working with Miss Bain, she's always gone above and beyond to make me feel seen, to make me feel as if I didn't need to change any part of myself in order to belong to this beautiful community. I attended an underfunded middle school in Vallejo, and we didn't have anything the traditional middle schools have, not even clubs. So when the Speech and Debate Club was introduced to our school, I was beyond excited to join. But for the wrong reasons, I'll admit. I was at a point in my life where I felt as if every day was on repeat. I remember that feeling vividly, and it was horrible. The speech and debate meetings became my escape. Going to competitions became the main thing I started to look forward to. I mean, did our team lose almost every competition we attended? Yes, but we had confidence, and that's all that matters. Speaking of experiences, I've had the opportunity to work with the Practice Space for 3-4 years now, and each of those experiences has taught me something new about myself. For example, I was a part of the first Expressive Leaders cohort, and I remember looking forward to each and every one of those meetings because of how they made me feel. The younger generation often feels as if our efforts in creating change have been ineffective, right? And my time as an expressive leader has taught me that I don't need to do something huge in order to feel as if I was doing my part to change the world. And let's face it, that's what we all want to do, right? The Expressive Leaders program gave me a new way of looking at change. It showed me that I don't need everyone's eyes on me in order to make a difference. At times, connecting with one person is more than enough to make a difference, because there's no telling what that one person can do with whatever it is you're able to give to them using your voice. For the past 2 years, I have done more speech competitions rather than debate competitions, right? And I've gone to advocate in an interesting way that many people wouldn't even consider as advocacy. Okay, in a speech competition, you have 6 to 8 people in a round with you, right? Via Zoom, obviously. And my speech topics for the past 2 years have been about sexual violence. And I love that despite me doing different types of speeches these past couple years, I've gone to advocate for something that I care about. And for me, educating those 6 to 8 people about this thing is more than enough to feel as if I'm doing my part. Being in speech and debate for 4 years does something to you. For starters, there's the urge to structure every single argument you get into the way you structure a speech in a debate round. And you know how people sing in the shower? I give full-blown speeches in the shower. I mean, you'd be surprised at how good of an audience your shampoo bottles can be, okay? Most importantly, it allows you to stand out in a good way. It allows you to do something that many people struggle with today, which is speaking up when it's needed. In a world where it's easy to feel small or feel as if your voice doesn't matter, learning to use this beautiful gift that is your voice is truly a blessing. Speaking of blessings, when I was struggling to figure out who I was outside of that box I'd been confined in for so long, I found the Practice Space. And it's given me a way to figure out who I was outside of that box, from running my school speech and debate team to helping coach my former middle school speech and debate team to being on the junior board. I found little pieces of home in each of those experiences. I stand here today with a great deal of love and admiration for one of the most incredible women I know. Working with Miss Baines has helped me grow in ways I didn't know were possible. I am beyond blessed to have a role model like her in my life, and I am beyond grateful for this beautiful community here at the practice space. Thank you.
Thank you, Mistura. The feeling is mutual.